Hello. So I thought I would do this topic. I wasn't sure if I really kind of expanded it, but before I did show you how to do the sign for pain. I also showed you how to do chronic or acute, which is suddenly it showed up. But yesterday and the other day, I noticed that, how the doctor will ask you, what kind of pain do you have? And so I was reminded that maybe I didn't describe or expand on how you would show that. So, first of all, they would ask you if it's a chronic pain or is it acute. And you could do acute. It's just like suddenly showed up, or it's been a short time, right? It just showed up, and so that's how I would do it. I mean, I would say like, oh, yesterday I just started this pain, or last week. But chronic means it's been for a long time and like every day. So you kind of need to show that first, and then they're going to ask you what kind or what type. So K hand shapes, which means kind or type. What kind of pain? And so I also was telling you before that you need to show where is the pain, like a headache, an earache, a throat ache, right? I got a sore throat. My arm hurts. Oh, my hand or my thumb, or my knee. And then you would show your knee. You would say, oh, my knee hurts, or, your foot. So it's very important to show where that pain is for a deaf person, because it makes it more clear. Instead of trying to say, well, it's in the center of my knee cap, right? They would show it. So I think that's important. But so now that we've got those basics out of the way, so let's discuss more in detail about the types of pain. I'm going to see if I can get, so you can, here we go. So so I can get more of a torso, right? Okay, so so now we have the, like, oh, is it a throbbing pain? And so throbbing is pretty much easy. I would use a classifier for throbbing. I would say, oh yes, it's like my tooth, oh, it's throbbing, right? Or my elbow, it's throbbing, or my thumb, it's throbbing. Got smashed and it's just throbbing. If it's a continual pain, well, you would already do continual, but they want to know what type of pain that is. So another way to say continual would be maybe a dull pain, because it's not throbbing and it's not stabbing and it's not, any of those other things. So it's just a dull pain, like it's just there. Like, oh, right there, my jaw is just, and then it goes into my ear, and then it goes here, and then it goes here, and it's this dull pain. So there's a couple of ways you can do dull. Now the sign for dull also means boring, right? Oh, the speaker was boring. The speaker was dull. But there's also another way to say dull, or two other ways. And the first one is kind of like the sign for dry. This is the sign for dry. But what we're going to do is show it differently on our face. It's a dull pain, like dry. Or you could do, it's a dry pain. It's not a, I mean, that's the gloss, dry pain. But what you're saying is it's a dull pain. So sometimes we use glosses like what you would normally use that sign for, which would be dry. That's a gloss. But you could do, it's a dull pain. It's a dull pain. It's just continuous there all day. Take medicine, pain medicine. Oh, what's the name of the medicine? And some people don't know. I'll spell like aspirin. And they're like, no, I'm not taking aspirin. But then they end up taking like Excedrin or Tylenol or something like that. So sometimes you may have to go through that whole list of what they might be taking, Anacin or Tylenol or Excedrin. And so that would kind of answer, is it a ibuprofen, a acetamin, or is it aspirin? But, or sometimes for like heart issues, they need to be taking aspirin, and they're going, I don't take aspirin. And then they're taking Excedrin. So, or Bayer. They're taking Bayer. So sometimes you don't know. So you have to kind of explain or expand that information. Okay, so now we've got dull pain. Now, a stabbing pain is easier because we can use the sign for stabbing. So you're grabbing a knife and you're stabbing, right? So or you could say it's a sharp pain or sharp pain, sharp pain. So stabbing, you could even do stabbing, right? Sharp, sharp pain, sharp. Tingling. Now, that would be, you would probably show it on the body part. For example, this bottom of their feet, you get your open B hand shape, put it down in the correct orientation for a foot, but you would do this, tingling. Tingling. Tingling on the bottom of my feet. Oh, my hands are tingling. Oh, it's all tingling on my arm. Both arms? Yes. No, just one on the left or whatever. So you can have that tingling. Pins and needles. Sometimes you'll have that. It's more intense than tingling, and so I would use my I hand shape because remember this is like something that's thin. So a pin or a needle is thin. So it's like stabbing like in your stomach. Pins and needles, right? Like a stabbing pain. Pins and needles. And so I would do that one. So what else would we use? We would use, how about a searing pain? Now, that is not a word that necessarily deaf people use, but that is a word that hearing people would use. So I thought I would go through that word because there's several ways that you could show that word. A searing pain can be hot, it can be intense, or it can be burning. So, like a hearing person might say, is it a searing pain? And you're going, how can I show that? What's a searing? So, you could say intense. That would be a searing pain. Oh, the pain, right, is intense. Oh, the pain is hot. Or like if you have a urine infection, the doctor will say, is your urine, does it burn when you urinate, right? So you would say, this is a K hand shape. Is your pee burning? Is your pee hot? Right? Burning. So like, it just feels so hot and it's burning, like on your arm. So that would be like a searing pain, right? So you could use, there's 3 signs for that because as you're trying to get more descriptive to be able to help the doctor know what type of pain that is. Like, maybe you, I hurt my foot a few months ago. You could say, it's intense, right? It's a dull, continuous pain, but it's intense, so it's searing, right? My husband, he dropped a brick on his thumb, so it'd be throbbing, right? It's a throbbing pain. He hurt this one too on the same hand, throbbing. Well, now this one is more of a dull. It's a dull pain, but it's still there, right? It's still there. Are you able to sleep? Does the pain wake you up? That pain you said wake you up? No, I'm able to sleep. Oh, okay. So then they know the intensity of it, right? Because when you say a scale to 1 to 10, 1 is the least and 10 is the worst, many people will go right to a 10 because it hurts pretty bad. So, but if it was a 10 according to the medical diagnosis or the medical scale, you would be crying and you wouldn't be able to walk very well or sit up or think or whatever. It would be that bad, right? So most people are kind of in the middle of that pain, or around that, because if they're able to get up and walk around, it's probably about a 5. But if they say a 10, they write it down. You have to say whatever they're saying. But then they'll ask them descriptors, right? Can you walk? Yes. Okay. They know it's not a 10, right? But they write it down. They don't tell them that they're wrong. They just know it hurts really bad. And so it hurts really bad. So it's awful. 8 hand shapes and you throw it away. It's awful. It's terrible. Ooh, it's awful. It's intense. It's severe pain, right? It's the worst. So any that pain, anything help? Like ice? No. You know, or and then you can say, oh no, the pain is worse if I use ice. So worse, what's exasperated, right? What makes it worse? Not exaggerated, but exacerbate, which makes it worse. So a doctor or a nurse may say, what exacerbates the pain? And so then if you're helping that person, or if you're an interpreter, you would say, oh, so it makes it worse what? What are you doing that makes it worse? When I get up, right? If I'm laying down, fine, no pain. I don't need to sleep in medicine. I can sleep just fine. But when I try to get up, it hurts, right? So they have those descriptors. So can you get up okay? Can you walk? You can say walk after you've gotten up. You can walk, or walk. 3-hand shape. Walk. They may do walk. So there's different ways to do that, but to try to get that pain where it like it's just continuous dull, right? It's just a continual pain that doesn't throb, it doesn't burn, but if I go to the grocery store and I put the bags, and I put them all on my arm, burn, it burns. Right? It'll burn. So those are the ways that you can describe pain. So I want you, like if someone you know has pain, tell them to show you how it hurts, or ask them questions. If they're hearing and they don't know how to sign, ask them questions so you can figure out how to sign it. If they're deaf, then ask them to sign it, and then you can figure out how you would voice that. What words would you choose? If you were writing it down, if you were a nurse or a doctor. So I'm not trying to teach you how to become an interpreter, but it's communication that's clear, because it may be a friend of yours that maybe they were climbing up a ladder and they fell, and so they're going to ask what kind of pain. Is it sharp? Is it stabbing? Is it throbbing? Those kinds of things. So anyway, practice with your friends, and actually I kind of hope you enjoy the practice, and I'm hoping no one is hurt. I will see you later. Bye.